it's the senior men's foil team third place match, and out they come. Japan v. France. And as I just said, if you want the third place medal in team at the World Championships, you've got to earn it. There is no joint third in team. And the Japanese team, Kenta Suzumura, Takahiro Shikine, Kiyosuke Matsuyama, and Kazuki Imura in reserve. And for France, Maximilien Chastanet, Pierre Wassel, Enzo Lefort, and in reserve, Alexander Cito. Now referees, alternating referees for this 9-leg match will be Gaspari Armata of Italy and Florin Jorge of Romania, and a great match to come. And I'm really happy to say Richard Cruz is here with us to do commentary for this match. And just to set the stage, Japan defeated Egypt 45-31 in the 8, and France beat Canada 45-24. But when it came to the semifinals, Italy too strong for Japan, and a crazy match between France and the USA. But these guys have got to pull themselves together if they want that medal, isn't that right?
That's right, David, and I think we've got a brilliant match ahead of us. Just looking at the team sheet, and my gut feeling is, having watched Japan throughout yesterday and today, I think they're looking pretty sharp. I think Japan want this. And one thing that's crossed my mind is that, as we saw the other day, Enzo Lefort is the individual champion, but that can sometimes work against you. If you're a little bit, if you spent all your energy, perhaps you're a little bit psychologically burnt out. That's my gut feeling, that they may be a little bit off form, but who knows? We want to see a good match.
Well, it will be Lefort to open and close for France, and Matsuyama to open for Japan, Takahiro Shikine to close. And our referee for the first two legs, Florin Jorge of Romania. And in the 9th and final leg of that USA match, Lefort was not looking his strongest. So let's see if a little rest has brought him back to form as we start the first of 9 legs. 3 against 3. Each has a reserve. And this bronze medal match is underway.
And Matsuyama goes on the hunt. Takes the blade in cart, but just ends off target.
And Lefort is starting the match on the back line. But he gets that through.
Matsuyama a little bit casual there with the riposte, giving Lefort the chance to remise. And he gets us off the mark.
Off target.
This time Matsuyama's looking for the flank. Lefort tries a little counter-attack, but not quite successful. Attack off target.
Well, Lefort goes chasing. Matsuyama backs out of the way.
That's what we saw in the individual final, wasn't it, David? All those lovely broken time fleshes from Lefort. Let's hope his legs are fresh enough to show us a few more tonight. Beautiful to watch, I have to say.
backline parry, riposte off target from Lafort.
Oh, fantastic. He manages to hold his composure on the back line there.
He only had a toe on that back line.
Great back line control. Of course, fencers are generally quite vulnerable when they're pushed all the way to the back line. If you go over, your opponent ultimately receives a point. Oh, and that's what we wanted to see. That lovely broken time flesh just brought his arm back. He showed us some incredible athleticism and finished in the right opening sector of the target.
And Matsuyama surrenders his weapon. He'll take another one.
Not such a big deal in the team event, surrendering the weapon, of course, because after this bout, he does have the right to get it back. It's not like a 15-hit bout.
But Matsuyama yet to find any traction in this opening leg.
There, Lafort finishes in the cart line, but Matsuyama anticipates it and does a lovely little cart riposte. Let's see again, and just nabs him on the shoulder there with the riposte. There's Erwin Lepeshu in the box, Team Olympic champion, and now coaching the Japanese team. Oh, lovely little stop hit by Enzo Lafort. I'll tell you what, David, looks like Enzo Lafort has got the legs after all.
Yeah, got his mojo back after that semi-final loss.
And that's a great opening bout, 5-1. French are in the driving seat.
5-1, and we go to the second. It will be Takahiro Shikine on for Japan. He'll face Maximilian Chastanet. Shikine has been, well, he's got a world ranking of 10 in individual. But he has been a consistent talent for Japan.
Yeah, that's right. A very strong fencer indeed. I was watching him yesterday in the preliminary rounds of the team event, and in fact, to be honest, all three are incredibly well conditioned. Great footwork on them.
But we look at the French lineup. Lafort is world number 4. Chastanet, world number 12. Cito, world number 17. And Wassel, world number 18.
That's a little slow pressing attack from Shikine. Draws the counter-attack and then just tries to hit round the back, but a little bit too low. Oh, lovely. Chastanet presses forwards. He's a bit like Macialis, isn't he? Brings the arm back right across in the cart line, presses forwards, and then a little step lunge direct to chest.
And catching Shikine off guard, I think.
Oh, and again.
Well, still Chastanet's attack.
Very tricky hit to do. All the way around in the cart line, brings it back, somehow manages to get the point on. It's late, but it's still valid.
Well, that was behind the back and around from Shikine.
That's right, David. Right round the back of the head. Prime riposte. Because they're so close, he had to go even further back behind the head to get the point on. Of course, you've got to be a little bit careful when you do that, not to turn the shoulders. I think it was clean.
Yeah. But France is going to make it difficult for Japan
Now this is an interesting hit here. Shikine just draws Chastenay out, draws the counter-attack, and then makes him fall short with distance, and then plonks it on. Lovely hit when you get it right. There, you see, off balance.
Just leaned back.
He'd committed, but he'd missed.
Well, all that work from Shikine comes to naught. Chastenay off target. Nice long lunge there from Chastenay, but again off target.
Just not quite finding the target, is he, David? Oh, look.
That was nice.
And that's what we saw earlier, this pressing attack, this Masiala's style. The blade right across in the cart line, and then he just doubles it back. Not this time. Attack from Shikine. 4-9. Chastenay drops his foil. Of course, if this happens, Florin Jorge just goes to his pocket to give a card. I was going to say, if you drop your foil, you'd still have the chance to parry with your sword arm. You can't parry with the back arm.
Right.
You can parry with the front arm. And your opponent has one chance to hit you after the disarming. After that, they'll call a halt.
Well, Shikine went for a flick to the back.
Slightly too high risk shot.
Well, that takes us out of the second. 10 for France, 4 for Japan, 5 in it for Chastenay, 3 for Shikine. And kind of a slow start here for Japan. We'll go to the third. It will be Pierre Wassel on for France. He'll face Kenta Suzumura.
That's right. On that last hit, if you go for the shoulder, you have to sort of do it as a shot to nothing. So you go for the shoulder, imagining you're going to miss, so you cover the next shot. If you put all your eggs in one basket, just go for the shoulder, there's a high likelihood you could miss.
Well, especially against a fencer like Chastenay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so Gaspari Armata of Italy is up to referee our next two legs. Very patient attack from Wassel there.
Have to say, David, I wasn't expecting this at the beginning. I thought the Japanese were going to come out all guns blazing, but they're a little bit subdued.
Their match against Italy was let's just say a low-key affair.
Oh, lovely. Step lunge, direct lunge on preparation. Wassel just pauses, hesitates, and Suzumura accelerates into that distance.
Oh, that's lovely from Suzumura.
Absolutely, very nippy attack there from Suzumura. Presses forwards, again finishes on the chest. Seems, David, like this is the first match, the first bout that's taking place in the Japanese third of the piece.
That's correct. And Suzumura has definitely upped the pace for Japan.
Tactouche, and I wonder if Owen Lepeshu has divided loyalties there in the box. Because, of course, he is a French fencer himself, just recently retired, having won the gold medal in the Tokyo Olympics.
Oh, lovely there from Suzumura. Well, he now lives in the house of the rising sun, I believe, is the best way to put it. So,
very good. Yeah, that previous one. Oh, lovely, an attack in preparation. You see, they both come together, but Losel throws the arm. And even though there's two lights, it's attack in preparation. Oh, now.
Returns the favor.
Now. Losel's not happy, but Emmerich Kloss really doesn't want him to call for a video. What do you think, David?
I think that
I may have called
like
for a video then.
Pretty much the same exchange in reverse.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's followed by a lovely stop hit.
So 15-10, sorry, 15-8.
Yes.
We end the third. 5 in it for Wasel and 4 for Kenta Suzumura, who brought a little more energy to Japan in that leg. We roll into the fourth. It'll be Matsuyama against Chastanet. And maybe that's what Japan needs, is some of that Suzumura energy to get the ball rolling.
Let's see if Matsuyama will bring that energy. They certainly need to up the tempo a fraction here. Yeah, lovely. Just draws out Chastanet. Draws him out, and a lovely little para post. Of course, it's left versus right-hander here, so Matsuyama just hits on the outside line, on the flank shoulder line. Chastanet very dangerous when he's pushing. So you see how he creeps forwards, he doesn't rush, presses forwards, and then he goes in when he feels he's got the distance. Of course, I say he's dangerous on the advance. He's also quite good on his back line, isn't he, David?
Yes, he is. But it's Matsuyama who's been pushed to the back line, working his way out now, building an attack.
Oh, lovely para post, but it doesn't find the target. So a slight let off there from Matsuyama, because just a one light counter attack. 10-15. I mean, it's all to play for. It's early days, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what these kind of bouts are like, David. A lead can evaporate very quickly.
We've seen it time and time again. And if anybody is capable of coming back in a match like this, it's Japan. The counter attack off target there from Matsuyama. Matsuyama building the attack. And off target.
A little bit of a protest there from Chastanet, but of course, if there are two beats of the blade, they generally give the priority to the attacker to promote attacking fencing. But he's asked for a video review.
Well, this is not the referee's video.
I'm inclined to say attack off target. What do you think?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so no change there.
Chastanet off target. As Matsuyama looked like he was going to keep going until he brought a red light up. Now, what is the... Matsuyama is getting another blade.
Just changing his foils, just trying to establish which one he wants to use. So, David, this is our debut tonight, I've realised, isn't it? I've known you for a long time, but we haven't actually commentated together until now.
Well, there was a little pandemic that put a...
Yeah, there was a bit of flu going around, wasn't there?
Yeah, a kink in that.
And that's an attack from Matsuyama, just lands off target. Yeah, Chastanet just a little bit too big with the prep as he comes forwards with the blade across his body, so Matsuyama decides to counter-attack. It was a good idea, just lands off target though.
Well, just clinging to the back line.
Yes,
Matsuyama is through.
Chastanet's got very good control on the back line, but of course you are at a bit of a disadvantage because you can't go back any further. So that little attack remise there from Matsuyama.
And Chastanet will surrender his weapon.
Of course, to viewers out there who don't know David King is from Texas.
Oh, thank you.
Our Texan cowboy.
Who's lived in London for 25 years.
Yippee-ki-yay. Am I in the right dialect?
Well, close. Close.
Chastanet goes on the hunt, but doesn't quite land his attack.
Yeah, he's not having as easy a time in this leg as he did against Shikine.
That's right, David, and it looks like the Japanese are making a bit of headway here. Only 3 in it now. And it's these little incremental games. You don't have to win the match in this leg, but you just have to make incremental gains for your team, and then you pass on to the next man. And
that's right, but I think that they've certainly been watching Chastanet, and isn't it incumbent upon the team and the coach to adapt to the situations they're seeing?
That's right. I'm sure the Japanese have done their homework, done their video analysis on the French team. That last action there, look, you see, Chastanet beats the blade, and then I think he hits his mask. And sometimes when you hit a very hard surface, you get a bounce out. So no light. You would expect an off-target light, but no light at all.
Well, I think one of the most important things here is the fact that Matsuyama has been on a 6-0 run here, and Chastanet has yet to get a point on the board. The target score for the fourth is 20. And so that means Matsuyama's got some room to roam here. First hit for Chastanet.
Matsuyama not quite happy about something, but his coach tells him not to go to the review. Don't know whether he's protesting a bit of head movement from Chastanet. I didn't see anything myself. Oh, lovely. Lovely counter riposte from Chastanet there.
Well, Matsuyama hands that weapon over to Gaspari Armata. So he's kind of going through him pretty quickly here. It's a good thing they can get him back.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he chose the wrong weapon the last time he changed one. So a very clever little tactical break there from Matsuyama. He lost 2 hits on the bounce, and now he's reset the bout.
But at this point, in this fourth leg, it's been a 4-point net pickup for Japan. And, you know, as you say, incremental.
Slight incremental gains, but they're starting to lose those incremental gains.
Yeah, starting to give them back.
Chastanet's just got the recipe here. Starting to stretch the lead.
Yeah, all this hard work that Matsuyama has put in is starting to evaporate.
Matsuyama still not happy with the covering, but his box tells him not to go to the video replay. And there, just a lovely little counter-attack. Matsuyama's left-handed, so he closes him in cart opposition. And that's what he needed.
Yeah. Matsuyama off target.
And Chastanet wanted a video, and you know what? I think it would have been a good call, but there's no video left. So always good to keep a video in reserve. Don't burn it too early, too recklessly. Oh, and this is what the doctor ordered for Matsuyama.
Okay, now this, the way that Chastanet comes in with that cart position, with the blade in that cart position, when you're up against a left-handed fencer, it's starting to look a lot to me that like that could be a real disadvantage.
Absolutely right. That's the end of the bout. Matsuyama goes for the foil test. It's still registering, so no need to overturn the hit. Yeah, like you were saying, when someone's pressing forward like that, it's a very strange angle to defend from.
All right, 8 in that for Matsuyama, 5 for Chastanet. 2016, we go into the 5th, and it will be Enzo Lefort back on for France to face Kenta Suzumura. And we'll see if Lefort still got his mojo going here.
Such a brilliant fencer to watch, isn't he, David? Enzo Lefort.
It's very unique.
Originally from Guadeloupe, I believe.
Like Yannick Burrell.
Oh, lovely attack on preparation. Just a little bit too big by Suzumura.
He was born in French Guiana.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, my mistake, but in the right neck of the woods.
Yannick Burrell, who's from Guadeloupe.
Ah, right.
His parents were from Guadeloupe.
Okay. Wikipedia comes to the aid.
No.
No?
The FIE.
Oh, the FIE website.
Suzumura off target there.
Ooh, and that's a slight miss there by Suzumura. Looks like he had a bit of an open goal as Enzo Lefort passed him. Of course, he had the right to riposte, but just missed it. Oh, lovely.
That was a lovely attack.
And that's why he's the world champion, David. Attacks like that, that's what the crowd come here to see.
Before clinging to the back line comes out off target. I suppose my question is, if you're Suzumura or any other fencer, how do you defend against those broken time attacks? Do you to try and keep the distance close so that he doesn't have room to build them, or what?
That's a lovely little attack remise there from Enzo Lefort. Yes, you're right. You can keep the distance a little bit tighter so he can't build up the broken time attacks. Of course, if the distance is tighter and someone brings their arm back, then they're vulnerable to a counter-attack. Or you could break off the distance. You could go back a lot faster, maybe put a line out and take the initiative. What you don't want to do is be in between those two distances.
Well, and with his height and reach, closing the distance too much could be quite deadly.
That's right, you need a good feel for the distance.
Lovely.
And Florin Jorge, referee from Romania, very strong referee, calls the remise to Lefort.
25-16. We go, well, it's 5 in it for Enzo Lefort, nil point for Kenta Suzumura. It's one thing that Japan absolutely does not need is to, no, this is not good. Shikine Takahiro is going to come on for Japan and see if he can repair the damage, but Wassel.
That's right, David. That wasn't such a strong bout there for the Japanese. They were starting to bridge the gap in the previous bout, but our world champion comes on. Gives us a lovely 5-0.
We've seen this several times today, and we saw it in the Japanese match against Italy, where in the middle third, the scoreline all of a sudden went 1-1-1. And if you lose your momentum, if you sort of let things slip away like that, it's incredibly difficult to recover.
That's right, and the momentum really is with France now. They've opened this up to a 10-point lead, and that's quite commanding in the middle of the match. Rami's good. Look, Mr. Lepechou is not happy.
Well, he let that, the referee let that carry on for a bit.
And was there a core in there? Was there a body-to-body contact?
I feel like there was. And Shikine...
Let's have another look on the replay.
Scrapes his shin on the side of the piece.
Minimal. Nothing, really.
Well, I think that's what Florin Jorge thought.
That's why he's the best referee, David.
Shikine off target.
Oh, lovely. Both come forwards, but Loisel throws that arm, just gets the arm out in front. And now the Japanese are in a lot of trouble.
Now, Wassel on the floor, and he seems to be in a lot of discomfort. Let's see if we get a replay so that we can... Oh, stepped on his foot.
Yeah, sometimes
you talked about that the other night.
Can be quite painful. You can sometimes take your opponent's toenail off if... I mean, it's a freak occurrence. You couldn't do it if you tried, but sometimes it happens. I did that once to Alex Tofilides.
Does he still send you a Christmas card?
Coach had to pick him up and take him to hospital, I think.
So very quietly starting to build an attack.
See, Shikine puts the line out to try and break up the attack, but now Loisel creeps in. And I have to say here, I think the Japanese team seem a fraction flatter than I thought they would be.
Well, that's what we've seen today. And 30-17.
They are starting to really hemorrhage some hits here, and it looks like it's going to run away with itself.
5 in that for Wassel, 1 for Takahiro Shikine. And, you know, I said before, we saw this today. Japan against Egypt, sort of a low-energy match. Japan against Italy, a low-energy match. And you just can't go into a match against Italy. You can't go into a match against France. And then just sort of lose the plot right in the middle of a 9-leg match, because there's really no way back.
That's right. I think the Japanese really need to up the tempo here if they're going to make any kind of a comeback.
Well, they have their reserve.
Of course, we're in the last.
Kazuki Imura on now in the 7th.
We're in the home straight now, so 7th match. which means 3 matches to go. Each main fencer will get 1 more bout to 5.
So Suzumura finishes on a -6, and it was that scoreless 5th leg that did it for him.
Well, we were wrong to doubt Enzo Lefort, well, I was, because he's fenced a fantastic match thus far. He's still got 1 more bout, of course. He's still going to close the match.
Yeah. And he will face Shikine in that 9th and final leg. We have seen Imura a couple of times today, and he's pretty solid, but that was still Chastenay's attack off target.
That's right, still pressed forwards, looked for the outside line, for the flank, but off target. It's almost as if Chastenay's inviting that counter-attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
He almost wants to be hit so he can just finish, blend in.
Well,
but not this time.
Not this time.
A little scrap and 1 light to Imura.
Moore is putting the work in, but Chastenay.
You see what happened there? A little power riposte, but just short. So Chastenay very skillful there with the footwork. Just makes Imura fall short and then returns fire with his shot. We see again, look, there's a parry. Cease power riposte, but it's a little bit short. And then Chastenay takes his go again. Very gutsy hit.
Well, there's enough space between them to where Chastenay can be innovative.
Yeah, I think the score is such that they can relax a little bit, maybe do some slightly more fancy things. Oh, and they're hitting at will now, aren't they? It's 35-18.
Yeah, they are. And 5 in that for Chastenay, 1 from the reserve Imura.
I dare say the rest is just a formality now. Well, you never know.
Okay, we have this, we've had it frequently where the scoreboard resets to a previous leg. And so they'll have to reset it, but it was 35-18, yes?
I believe it was 18,
yeah,
yes.
okay, so 5 for Chastenay, 1 for Imura. We'll go to the 8th. Wassel on for France, and Kyosuke Matsuyama for Japan in this 8th and penultimate leg. And Gaspari Armada instructs the fencers to get their foot behind the line.
Could have a job on the underground with that line, couldn't we?
Mind the gap. Nice there from Matsuyama.
Lovely little cart riposte. Yep, cart riposte around the back of the head. Hits from Priem. It's going to need a few more of those.
Matsuyama's got the pace up here. Lovely.
Yeah, you see how he's left-handed. He just comes around, he flicks Lascelles on the chest. Always a good hit against an opposite hander. Comes forward and There you go. There's the flick hit. Using the foil like a whip.
See, final action, Matsuyama's attack off target.
I'll tell you what I saw there.
Tell me.
Okay, I'll tell you what I saw. I saw that the attack missed from Matsuyama. The referees have gone to a video replay. No one's asked them to do that. I saw the attack miss from Matsuyama, so it hands the priority to Lascelles.
Right.
And that was Lascelles', was it off target or see it? We didn't go back far enough with the replay. And that was his turn. Ooh, well.
Oh. So attack, counter-attack.
Looks like we got that one wrong.
Counter-attack.
So Lascelles missed afterwards, which handed it back to Matsuyama.
That's some fancy blade work there. And Wassel surrenders his weapon.
Now, it's very hard to recover a match from this position. It's all but over. Of course, you have to try and think positively and try and up the tempo of the match and take it to the other team. But
you need to, you have to have some consistency in your performance, and you know, even if you get behind, you know, the USA, you know, was down to France and was able to pull it back, but there was one performer in the USA team who was regularly delivering the hits, and we haven't seen that from this Japanese side. All very talented.
And that's the attack. It goes through.
That was lovely.
Still 13 hits the difference, but he's got 2 minutes to try and do something about it.
Well, he's got room to roam, as they say, and time to do it.
Is that a Texan thing?
Yeah.
Lovely little para riposte there. 24-36, okay, so something's starting to happen now. They're starting to build some momentum.
Gaspari Armada having a word with Wassel. But we don't know what it was. Wassel off target. And
just a little bit careless there from Matsuyama. You would have expected him to get a light, but he doesn't.
Well, it's a 6-2 run for Matsuyama.
And there's another one.
Yep. And you know, still a 12-point match, and France is not in any danger, but he is definitely working on that differential.
That's right. The French don't want to take their foot off the pace too much. And Matsuyama perhaps complaining that his jacket's lighting up, which it is. So there's going to be a bit of a delay to the match. And you know what that means, David? An Arabic lesson.
Oh my God.
Well, we are in Egypt, aren't we?
Yes, yes we are.
Okay, here's your Arabic
lesson.
You knew that one already. Okay, what's the name of the president of British fencing?
Georgina Usher.
Okay, Georgina Usher. So take Usher,
yeah,
make it more guttural. Usher. And you've got the number 10.
That's great.
Georgina 10. There you go.
Okay. Well, right. I learned a
Do you want to hear a little joke?
Oh, okay.
Okay, here's a little...
He said with great trepidation.
Here's a little joke, just while they're changing their jacket, because it does take a little while. There's a potato. And
yes.
his name is David King.
Oh, my God.
And David King is a very regular, boring, run-of-the-mill potato. You could say common. You could say David King is a commentator.
Oh. I'm going to turn the fan on here. I suddenly feel faint.
I thought you were going to say you're going to turn my mic off there.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh.
So
this is, yeah.
Obviously, there's a bit of a delay here, and that's because you don't need to actually have a spare jacket by the side of the piste. You do have the right to go back to your bag and get one. It's a fairly rare occurrence that you light up, but of course in these hot countries when the fences are sweating a lot, that electrolyte...
We saw a lot of that in Antalya at the European Championships.
Isn't it? All that salt in the jackets, it conducts, that's why you have to drink those electrolytes. And of course it makes a circuit from the electric jacket down the arm on the non-valid surface. So has the right to change, which he's done, and now he's about to resume the bout.
But that is that's an unpleasant and unwelcome surprise when that happens.
Yes, well, of course, if you're hit on the arm, the hit stands. You have the right to change your mask or your jacket wherever's lighting up, but ultimately your kit is your responsibility and the hit stands.
Well, speaking of European Championships, I remember in Zagreb, and I think 2013, when your teammate, James Davis, was in a match against Alexei Cheremisinov, and he had the same thing happen, but then he came back on to win it.
2014, but yeah, I know.
Was it 14?
I think so, yeah. That's right, Strasbourg. But you're absolutely right.
So off target there.
See, Loussel just looking for that stop hit. Oh, lovely, and Pavirapos flicked to the chest. Like I said, on the opposite hand as that flick to chest is a lovely shot. It's like a natural shot that goes in.
Well, it looks like this break may have given Wassel some time to compose his thoughts, because from 6-1 down, we end this leg 5 for Wassel, 7 for Matsuyama.
So in the end, only -2 to the French team in that bout.
Yeah.
The Japanese needed more. It looked promising earlier on, but +2 in that bout, it's just, I mean...
Well, if you're going to run up the numbers, you have to make sure that they're not running up on the other side. So 40-25, we go into the 9th and final leg, and it will be Enzo Lefort for France to face Takahiro Shikini, but I think this is just a formality.
I think you're right there. It's just a formality to close the match. It would be a bit of a miracle. Of course, if you do the maths, he needs to win 20-4. Or the math, I should say.
No, the maths.
Quite right. Well, there's the first one.
Yep.
Lovely little pressing attack.
I don't know if you saw any of the men's épée last night, but in the match between Japan and Hungary, third place match, there were 37 hits scored in the 9th and final leg.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's quite rare in épée, isn't it? Oh, and Shikine needed that one. He needed that one. That's a big blow to him. He had a parry, lovely cease, riposte to shoulder, but for some reason there's no light.
Well, Florian Jorge asked to check the weapon. It worked, and the hit stands.
And a lovely little blending and attack there from Shikine. That's what he needed. He needs to keep him coming. And there's another one. Oh, you see, and that's the danger when you're over-committed. You're then vulnerable on the preparation. Of course, Shikini had to push forwards. Oh, lovely. Well, there you are. There's your answer, David. That's what you can do when someone does that broken time flesh at you.
Well, just stand there and take the parry.
Yeah, parry. Make sure you sit low in your stance and hit with the riposte. Beautiful hit. It's just a shame the Japanese didn't fence with this kind of energy at this tempo before, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's not just that. It is this sort of midterm lapse that they've had all day long, where the scoreline goes to 0-1-1.
A little riposte there from Lefort. I do appreciate that both teams are probably quite fatigued at this moment. They've done the preliminaries yesterday, and now, of course, the top 8 onwards, and these team matches are very fatiguing, especially in this kind of climate.
Well, Lefort needs one.
And he gets it.
To get the bronze medal here in Cairo. 45-30. A solid performance from France. An uneven performance from Japan, and something for not Enzo Lefort, No. Coach.
Owen Lepeshu.
Owen Lepeshu to work on in the off-season.
Well, you have to say it's been a fantastic championships for this man, Enzo Lefort, our individual men's foil champion and now a bronze medalist in the team event.
Well, it's always, if you're going to come this far, it's always nice to take a couple of things home rather than, just one. But being the individual world champion, and as you pointed out, now for 4 years.
Yes, for 4 years, of course, because the first title stood for 3 years. He's got it for another year, and then we'll see what he can do after that.
France has had an awfully good run at this World Championships, and you can tell that they're deep in preparation mode for Paris 2024.
Of course, they've got a home Olympics just 2 years away, and it means a lot to them.
Well, Arno Schneider clearing the floor and getting ready for our next match coming out. So Richard will be back for the gold medal match.
We will be. In about an hour's time, we're just going to hand over to our 5-time Olympian, Mr. Graham Bell. Of course, 5-time Olympian in skiing, so he knows a thing or two about being on the piste.
Thank you very much, Richard.
Thank you.
How many Olympics did you compete? It was 4, wasn't it?
Just 4, yeah, I'm afraid. You've beaten me again.
Yeah, but I had a slight benefit.
They changed the cycle,
didn't
they?
Yeah, so it was, instead of being 16 years, it was only 14 years.
Of course, the Olympics used to be the same time, the winter and summer, and then they offset them, didn't they?
They did indeed. So, Richard, what do you know about Sabre? Do you fancy staying in for
I think I'll leave that for you, Graham.
I like your commentator joke. It's very amusing.
I'll write another one in the break.
So there you go, confirmation of the bronze medal match, the team foil competition. And we're coming up with the women's sabre gold medal very shortly.
And there is confirmation of the score, 45-30. France with the bronze medal, Japan in 4th. And Richard and I will be back after this match for our last gold medal match of this World Championships. So are you ready for the penultimate gold medal match, Graham, in this World Championships?
Absolutely ready to go for this one. France versus Hungary. Well, you would have fancied perhaps a replay of the European Championships where it was France versus Italy, but Hungary knocked out the Italians in the quarterfinals, and it was a close affair, 45-43. Good work from the Hungarian team. Lisa pushed up.
Well, here we go. We're going to ride out one last time here in Cairo and crown our last world champion for 2022. And a huge match between world number 1 Italy and world number 3 USA. And we'll get our athlete introductions, and then Richard Cruz and I are going to talk about this match. For the USA, Chase Emmer, Nick Itkin, Alexander Macialis, and in reserve, it is Garrick Meinhardt. For Italy, Alessio Facconi, Daniele Garazzo, Tommaso Marini, and in reserve it is Bianchi. And our officiating crew for tonight, Su Sang-won of Korea, Mohamed Ayoub Ferjani of Tunisia, Tim Bartenhagen of Germany, and Wang Haoqi of Taipei, our floor judges, our assessors for this gold medal match. Richard, I don't know what to make of this match. You look at the Italian team as we see their team salutes, and they've got world number 1, world number 3, and world number 5 coming out onto the piece tonight. They're facing world number 7, world number 15, and world number 19, who is 18 years old.
You're right, David. The individual ranks do show that Italy are the favourites, but this is the team event, this is not the individual, and you can never tell. Come on, are we having a wager?
Okay, yeah.
Well, since you're American.
Who's lived in Britain for 25 years. Yeah, but I got to tell you, I don't have any cash on me.
Ah, so...
Can you...
Oh, shall I lend you a 50?
Lend me a 50.
Right, there's a 50.
Okay, great.
Right, put your money down on the table. Well, it's my money. I'm going to win my own money back. Right, I'll go for the Italians. 50 Egyptian pounds on the table from both sides.
Well, I guess I'm going for the Americans then, aren't I?
I think you have to.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, it's not a bad shout, but the Italian team, oh, it is a close match. It really is going to be a close one.
Well, it's Macialis to open and close for the USA. Tommaso Marini will open for Italy. Daniele Garazzo will close. But the thing is that in the semifinal against France, there was one person that carried the whole team, and that's an 18-year-old kid, Chase Emmer.
Yes, I've heard big things about him. And of course, we've got our World Championship silver medalist there, Tommaso Marini. Is he going to be able to go one further and win the gold medal tonight?
It's Mohamed Ferjani to referee our first 2 legs in this gold medal match.
Marini on the attack. We know he's a bit of a bully, isn't he? He likes to take the match to his opponent. Makes for great fencing to watch.
Macialis fought off that attack from Marini.
A wonderful little exchange there of blades. And Marini's really keeping the pressure on Macialis. Pushed him right back to his back line. Now, I think Macialis wanted to challenge that, but it's a good idea not to use your videos too early. And that was a, I don't know, 60-40 call, so he decides not to. Point goes to Marini, 2-0. Oh, and those lovely direct lunges from Marini.
Yeah, make that 3-0.
It's quite incredible, isn't it? He's hitting people at Olympic level with a simple direct lunge. And there again. There's a saying in combat sports, the simplest things
Sometimes the best.
are sometimes the best. And that's the way to counter it. You've got a parry riposte. Macialis holds his ground, little cart riposte.
But isn't distance somewhat difficult to get right when you're fencing somebody like Marini, who is so tall and has such long reach?
I think it is quite difficult to judge the distance because also his arms seem disproportionately big. So that's another factor you have to put in.
Well, Macialis with another one there.
Simultaneous, is it? No,
Yeah,
the referee
Mohamed Farjani is going to go to the...
just thinks it's worth a review.
Yeah, he's going to have a look of his own volition before he makes this call.
I have to say, hats off to the referee. If they don't know, they go and check. And that's the point of the video review.
Absolutely.
Attack to the right, and Greg Macialis stands up and screams why at the referee.
A US-Italy match with Greg Macialis.
And Greg Macialis is not happy there.
No, he's not. And with Stefano Cerioni in the box is always a colorful affair. But we've got Chase Emmer coming on for the USA, and it will be Daniele Garazzo for Italy.
I have to say, I empathise a little bit there with Greg Macialis, because if there was something in that for Marini, it was just a fraction. Still early days.
5-2, we go into the second, and we'll see what 18-year-old Chase Emmer can do against Italy. He certainly did it against France.
Parry riposte from Emmer, and he holds his nerve, only 18 years of age, in the World Championship team final. Typical Garazzo, goes on the press, the slow press.
Parry off target.
It's amazing how much time Garazzo takes after the parry and the riposte. He just feels the timing well. Takes his time. Now it's attack all the way from the left. There was no stop.
And Garazzo asking for a video review, but
I dare say that was the attack from the left. I didn't see a pause. Did you see a pause,
no,
David?
I didn't. We'll get the replay right here.
Yeah, there's no pause after the start, so I think the referee will confirm it. He does. Just like I said earlier, it's like Garazzo's got all the time in the world. He does a parry, he just picks the opening sector of the target, and he ripostes. Attack no by Emmer. That means if he would have put the point on, it would have been his. But he misses.
Same thing.
Well, this time, Ayub Farjani just spots a little hesitation in Chase Emmer's attack. And that's when Daniele Garazzo takes the initiative.
Yeah, if Tim Bardenhagen, the floor judge, points out that the mask clip on Garazzo had come unstuck.
Of course, the mask generally still works without the clip, but the clip is just that extra security. Still generally works because it's in contact with the lame.
Right.
Just to make sure.
Those little tabs.
That's right. Oh, lovely close quarters work from Garazzo. Little counter parry riposte there, really holds it.
He was doing that like he had done it before.
I think he's done it a few times before,
so?
hasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, now this time, Garazzo gets his timing slightly wrong, just brings the elbow back, withdraws the arm a little bit too much, and is timed out.
Well, that will take us out of the second.
Well,
we got a video review.
Still got a video review.
Okay. And
Greg Macialis is up on his feet.
Yeah, he's in a state of high dudgeon. Well, it's that. Okay, so call stands, and 10-5, we go to the third 5 in it for Daniele Garazzo, 3 for Emmer. He does look impressive, but he's going to have a hard time.
He's doing very well so far. It's just these little incremental wins that pay dividends in a team match. You notice, you know, Macialis just lost by 3 points, then by 2 points, all of a sudden 5 points down. These incremental wins are what allow the match to creep away.
All right, so Itkin on for the USA to face Alessio Facconi.
Oh, and that's a little bit of contact there.
Well,
a little bit of contact. You see, Facconi's complaining that he had a guard go in the face, of course. I don't think it's anything malicious, but that is...
Itkin went over the left shoulder.
Look there.
And there's where the contact was.
Now, will that be a straight red card? I don't think it was anything on purpose or malicious.
No.
Cerioni just complaining. Guard in the face.
Well, Facconi going to the end of the piece.
Switching his head wire there.
Yeah.
Maybe the crocodile clip, or should I say alligator clip. Got broken on the point of contact.
Okay. Back to action.
Oh, lovely cart riposte from Nick Itkin. And look, the score was still on 5. They hadn't put the score up, so the American team notice it. Oh, lovely, straight out of the blocks. Incredible athleticism.
That's what the USA team needs right now. And it is Su Sang-won on to referee the next 2 legs.
Oh, look, Facconi goes for the shoulder. Pressing forwards, but is denied by Itkin.
This is a Nick Itkin we did not see in the semifinal against France. And so maybe some more balance is being restored to the USA side.
Parry riposte there from Facconi. Still all to play for. Oh, now that's what he wanted to do just before. This time he adjusts. He goes for flank. Lovely flick round the corner to the flank. Beautiful hit. I get the feeling, David, that Nick Itkin is not liking these slow pushing attacks from Facconi.
No.
It's not allowing him to open up, but now he does. That's what he wants to do. That's where he's very happy. He's happy attacking. Oh, Facconi tries the same hit again.
And meets a counter. Itkin did knock Facconi out in the individual eliminations.
So they've got some history. They know what to do against one another.
Oh.
Nick Itkin, he's in two minds. He puts the line out, he then gets cold feet. He brings the line back, but in the meantime, Facconi launches an attack. Nick Itkin was caught a little bit flat-footed there.
Facconi off target.
Facconi turns to the arm judges, but they don't raise their arms. And now Facconi is just one hit away from closing out this third bout against Itkin.
Itkin off target.
Now they're calling more preparation these days. There's always a danger. If you go to the video, once you've been hit in preparation, it's only going to look worse on the slow-mo. So I don't think I would advise that video review.
Let's see if we get a replay here.
Yeah, I think Facconi just paused a little bit too much, and then Nick Itkin initiates attack on prep. But let's see if the referees are going to call it. Yeah, they stick to their guns. And I think that's a good call. Oh, attack no. It's attack no by Nick Itkin. He goes to the referee to test the foil. Of course, if there's no light on the foil, the point would be annulled.
But there was a light on the foil and the hit stands.
Unfortunately, yes. So Itkin started the attack. He just misses the target, even though he had the priority.
15-10 to end the third. 5 in it for Facconi, 5 for Itkin. And incremental, you say?
Incremental. It was a good bout. 5-all. No damage done, but of course the Americans need to sort of just edge their way back into this.
Well, Emmer is back on, and he's facing Tommaso Marini, and I think this will tell us a lot.
I think this could be quite a big bout.
Emmer off target.
Now the question is,
was it a parry?
Was it a mal parry? Did it go through and hit off target? The referee says it did, but Marini thinks it didn't.
Just depends what we can see.
Just depends
here.
If he got that blade. He got the blade early. I dare say he's in with a shout there of getting it overturned, because he does tap the blade early. And that's right. The referee changes. Marini didn't parry it onto himself, he parried it early. He has the right to riposte.
And Marini asked for his weapon to be checked.
Of course, fencers are within their rights to do that.
Emmer got the parry and the riposte off target.
And then a bit of a scrap close in, but no hit scored. So they reset.
Oh, what a nice attack.
Oh, and look, Marini just too long for Emma Chase. Emma looks like he had him, but Marini just steps out of range and hits with a stop hit. But David, you have to say, for 18 years of age,
that's some pretty sharp fencing.
That's some sharp fencing, and on that stage, the World Championship final.
I spoke to his dad in the lift after the France match, and he said he just feels really calm.
Certainly can work for you. There we are.
He's getting some hits here.
He certainly is. That was Marini's attack, but doesn't actually land, so Emma scores with a one light action.
So stop hit again.
Emma's got to go after him. Emma, chase him. But not like that. A little bit too early with the attack in the middle of the piste. You have to push him down to the end of the piste a little bit more if you're going to do that against Marini. In the middle of the piste, you'll just be met with a stop hit.
2013, we end the fourth, and 5 in it for Marini, 3 for Chase Emmer. And it will be Alexander Massialis on to face Alessio Facconi.
Now 7 hits the difference. Now this is a little bit of an interesting one. Alexander Massialis goes to test his foil, and there's no light. So is that a yellow card offence? Has he come on the piste with the foil that didn't work? How does this play out now, David?
Well, we had a situation yesterday where Yannick Borel came on the piste with a faulty weapon, got a yellow card, then came on the piste with another faulty weapon and ended up on red, but no card here, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to check that one afterwards with one of the referees. Of course, the way round it is you just start with a faulty weapon and then put your hand up 5 seconds in and then change it, and of course that would be permitted.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Puts the line out. The line is withdrawn and it turns into a counter-attack. And this, David,
this is pretty good stuff.
This is going to be a big leg. This is going to be a swing bout, I think, because Massialis is looking pretty sharp here. Oh, and again. Lovely counter-attack by Massialis. So that attack by Facconi's becoming a little bit reckless. Only 4 the difference.
Well, he's been hit with the same hit twice in a row here.
That's right, David. Those counter-attacks seem quite deadly tonight. Oh, just off target from Massialis. Now Facconi tries a counter-attack, but it's off target. So they'll reset that part of the piste where they're standing now. Oh! Alexander Massialis misses with his counter-attack, but then has another go. Little remise in there.
Facconi asked for his weapon to be checked. It works. Point stands. He says, I don't want that one anymore. And a 4-0 run for Alexander Massialis here in the 5th leg in the gold medal match. The USA has got Garrick Meinhardt in his kit, in the box, but we have not seen him on the piste today.
Why do you think that is, David? Do you think he's injured?
Well, if it was a really serious injury, then he wouldn't be in his kit.
Let's see if they bring him on.
We'll see.
Now this time Falcone adjusts. That little micro break has done him some good as he does a cart riposte flick to shoulder.
And that is his first hit in this leg.
And again, another counterattack by Macialis.
It looked to me like he actually got the parry when he was just going for a counterattack.
He may well have done. 18-21, 3 hits in it. But not this time. Falcone adjusts, slows down that preparation, and finishes, hand out in front. Attack. Ooh, now a bit of controversy here. Little bit of controversy. It looked like Ayub Fajani was about to give the hit to the left.
Yeah.
Attack from the left. He then has a change of heart. Thinks that Macialis may have hesitated. So they go for a review. Let's have another look. Macialis goes for the blade but doesn't find it. That may be a factor on the video review. What do you think, David?
Well, I would like to see it again, but I'm not going to.
No, he changes. Good video review by Alexander Macialis. 3 the difference again. There we are. Falcone pushes Macialis to the back, gets him a little bit off balance under pressure, and then launches a counterattack. Very clever.
Again.
A sort of attack remise there by Macialis. So Falcone parries, but can't deliver the riposte, so Macialis has another go. And again, 3 the difference.
So Macialis parry off target, riposte off target. Macialis comes off to straighten his weapon. And final action, Falcone off target. Macialis gets the parry, but not the riposte.
A little bit too far back, out of range for that riposte to shoulder, so he only gets near the elbow. White light. Oh, lovely. Attack touche, and then a little disengage. Did you see that little disengage at the end? Just goes round the cart parry.
Yeah, and Macialis searching everywhere for the blade and can't find it.
Classical stuff.
Attack off target.
Nice. Oh, Falcone calls a video review. You see how Macialis is using that same kind of style that Chastanet employed a little bit earlier.
Yep.
We saw in the bronze medal match, just pressing forwards, hand across the body, and then delivers the blade from the cart line.
Yeah.
Only off target though.
Call stands. Attack off target. And now Macialis asking for a video review.
Now, what do you make of this one then? He beats the blade, Macialis Senior says. He beats the blade. It's a late hit, but I suppose technically in the rules of foil fencing, he still has the right to make that riposte.
Well,
and if there are 2 lights, I don't see why it shouldn't be attacked from the left. He does beat the blade. Greg Macialis is screaming at the referees. And he does change
And he
it.
does,
That's what
yeah.
I thought. He beats the blade. He has the right to make his riposte. It's late, but it's there. 3 the difference.
And Facconi with the counter will take us out of the 5th, 25-21, and what was a 7-point margin, now 4. 5 in it for Facconi, 8 for Alexander Macialis, and that was big. That was big for the USA.
Yeah, great leg for the USA. They've closed the gap slightly, and now Itkin Garozzo. Another crucial swing bout. Ayub Fajani still refereeing this one. Interesting referee. Did you notice he refereed an Olympics? He then went to an Olympics. And
As
now
a
he's
fencer
back.
for Tunisia.
That's right. Now he's back refereeing again. Interesting career progression.
Well, you know, he may start fencing again and go to Paris.
You never know.
You never know. But he's a good referee.
Lovely parry riposte from Garozzo again. He just holds that blade, picks that sector of target he's going to finish in, and he's deadly when he gets going.
I'm not sure.
Now, attack left. Attack left. I think that's the right call. Garozzo knows it because he doesn't challenge it. Nitkin just a little bit ahead in tempo. Same again. And Fajani has given attack touche, not counter-attack. Even though there was one light, he still phrases it, and he's given attack touche.
Weapon checked. It works. Point stands. Back to 3-point margin.
Great control of the distance, but then just comes a little bit too close at the end. Itkin hits, closes in cart, and that's a rare miss from Garozzo. Usually he doesn't fall for that. Keeps the preparation a little bit tighter. Oh, now
Itkin off the piste.
an early halt called by the referee. Whilst Garozzo was still taking his riposte, he has the right to take the riposte when Itkin ran past. But of course, there was corps à corps, that means body to body. We use the French language in fencing, so corps à corps.
And a yellow card shown to Nick Itkin.
Still no problem, but another infringement would mean a red. See, excellent control by Garozzo. Presses forwards, just lands off target. And that's the attack from Garozzo. You can tell that because Nick Itkin turned at the end, so that automatically rules him out. Makes it a counter-attack, a defensive action. Attack good by Garozzo. Oh, this time Garozzo parries, but Nick Itkin manages to steal that hit. Steals and then just blocks him out. Of course, you're going against the convention when you do that, so you've got to make sure it's one light.
Garozzo.
Nick Itkin wants the video review, but Greg Macialis advises him against it, so they obviously felt that was a fair call. Attack from Garozzo. Was there a pause? Was there a pause?
Well, the referee is going to go to the video.
The referees aren't quite sure, so they go and review the video.
Yeah, of his own volition.
I could see this one going either way, to be honest. God, that's close, isn't it? That's close. You never know, he may call simultaneous if he doesn't want to separate that. No, all the way. Attack good.
Right.
Oh, now I dare say that hit should stand, because even though Garozzo's obviously been on the receiving end of a bit of core, bit of a collision, I think Nick Itkin hit in one tempo. If you drop your foil, your opponent still gets one go. Oh, and look, Nick Itkin. Look, he drops his foil. I still think Nick Itkin should have the right to riposte. Referees go for the review.
Okay.
The referee said halt. Après halt after halt. And I dare say Garozzo has done well out of that.
Well,
apart from
his wrist,
apart from the wrist, yeah, but hasn't conceded a point. But the wrist, of course. Remember what I said earlier? If you drop your foil, you're still entitled to parry, but only with the sword arm. Your opponent is allowed to have one go, but no more.
Unless you're down on your knees, clutching your wrist.
Yeah, must have jarred it slightly on the collision.
Attack
by
left.
Garozzo. Yep, attack left. Little pause by Garozzo. That's what I saw. He calls for a video review.
And that was a quick look.
That's right. That's right, David. Very quick video review. Not much to look at. And now he asked for another video, but he's used his video. And he's used it unsuccessfully, which means...
I think they both used well past their allotment.
Yeah. That's
in
right.
this leg.
Of course, the video referee, well, the referee can go and ask for his own video review if he wishes to, if he's not sure about something, but the fencers cannot request it now.
I think Itkin's looking for that counter again.
Itkin puts the line out, only to be beaten by Garozzo, but Garozzo doesn't finish on target.
The preparation, Itkin
calls the video, but there's no video left.
30-26 will take us out of the sixth, and 5 in it for Garozzo, 5 in it for Nick Itkin, and it is Chase Emmer.
I get the feeling the Americans wanted a little bit more out of that bout.
Yes.
Now, look at the box. Is Gerrit Meinhardt warming up? It's hard to tell, isn't it? There is a bit of movement there.
Yeah, he's just changing Itkin's mask clip. So Emmer on to face Facconi.
Be great to see Gerrit Meinhardt fence, but I don't know if there's an injury that he's carrying.
Final action, parry, riposte, Facconi.
The Italians will be looking to make some headway in this bout. Same hit again, this time a little bit too short. Just arrives on the elbow. Oh! Facconi goes for his riposte over the back, but Chase Emmer has none of it. He steps in with a little counter-attack. So being 18 could actually work in his favour. You know, he's young, he wants to fight. Could also work the other way as well. But he's done very well, hasn't he, for a junior fencer?
I mean, he basically put the USA team into this match in the semi-final.
Yeah, a real star for the future, I think.
He picked up a bronze medal in Paris this year. Oh,
then
nice.
a little tack remise. Facconi finds something on the blade, but doesn't do anything with it. So Emma steals the point. Same again. Facconi finds the blade. He doesn't do anything with it. The momentum was still with Emma. Wasn't properly deflected from the target, so he goes and steals the point. Excellent fencing. Oh, this time
man.
a faint disengage on preparation. Well, I said the Italians were going to look to make some headway. Looks like this could be a swing leg for the Americans.
I think the USA team ought to keep him.
Are any of these Americans from Texas, David?
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge, and that's an attack
Look at this.
around the back. And Facconi has to do something.
Well, he's...
Wants some cold spray on that wrist.
Yeah. Or to, you know, tie his hair back or tie his shoelace or something.
The doctor comes on to assess the injury. Once the doctor has established there's an injury, then your own team physio and doctor can come on. Well,
I would, if I were Alessio Facconi, I would want to stop too if I was had a 5-2 run against me going on.
a very good time to take a little break just to reset things. Fencers are allowed a 5-minute injury break. It used to be 10 minutes, but they reduced it to 5.
I don't think we're going to get an injury timeout here.
Just a brief one, but he's killed a few minutes. Let's see if he can reset his concentration. Preparation, preparation by Emma, and Facconi attacks into it. So that injury break did its job, I suppose. It's changed the flow of the match slightly. Oh yes, beautiful stuff. Facconi draws out Emma. Nice casual parry riposte. Carte riposte, or four riposte as they say in America. And that injury break was masterful from Facconi. Absolutely reset the momentum of the match.
35-31 takes us out of the 7th, and 5 in it for Facconi, 5 in it for Emmer. And it's Nick Itkin on to face Tommaso Marini. In our 8th and penultimate leg. I mean, the U.S. got themselves back into the match. The U.S. has done a good job staying in the match, but they've never been in the lead. And with Marini and Garazzo anchoring here, USA is going to need something big out of Itkin and Massialis.
That's right, the Italians are in the driving seat, but still all to play for. That's not going to help the Americans.
Attack right.
That's right, attack. Marini scores. Has a little knock. Maybe from the guard in the chin. He was complaining about his chin, but he's all right.
Itkin's parry off target.
And again, now does that hit stand? Yes, because Marini hit and then the fall was afterwards. He didn't hit as he was falling. If he would have hit as he was falling, that's not allowed, but after the action it's okay. And like I said earlier, you cannot attack Marini at that part of the piece. Even if you're tall like Itkin, better to push him back. Push him to the back line where he's got nowhere to go.
Well, he kind of did.
Well, don't listen to me because he just did it and it worked.
Yeah, so it looks to me like Itkin's kind of got his back up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has to be frustrating.
Very frustrating. The sheer size of Marini means the parry riposte is nowhere near him. And Itkin's not a small man, is he?
No.
Must be at least 6'3", I think.
Video review asked for by Itkin. Let's see what we see here. There was a lot of blade action in there, wasn't there?
I think the referee saw 2 blade beats.
One from Marini. One, well, no. There were 3 altogether, but
it's hard to call. Will he call simultaneous? No, he sticks to his guns. It's attack from the right. 40-32, and Massialis has a lot to do, especially as he's up against Daniele Garozzo.
Well, 5 in that for Marini, only 1 for Nick Itkin, and you can't win a gold medal that way.
And it looks like we're not going to see Gerrit Meinhardt after all.
Okay, Garozzo's got his kit on now.
That's the attack from the left. Well, Garozzo's complaining that Massialis closed him out, but if you fall over at the end, I don't think the referee's going to have any sympathy with you. You've got to hold that body position, correct posture, otherwise it's not an attacking action. Okay, Massialis uses the line. Always a good way to deter the slow press.
The referee trying to get them set in the correct place on the piste.
Oh, lovely, over the back. Very hard hit to do at such close distance. Close quarters, flicked right round the back.
But Massialis is quite good at it.
He's good at a few things, isn't he? He can hit from just incredible angles. He's going to need a few more.
Counter-attack. Off target.
Oh, and heartbreaking for Massialis. He has the priority. Just needs to land the point, but it's wide. He spoons it wide. 1 light to Garozzo. Not this time. Notice Garozzo's preparation is a little bit too big, so he manages to hit and then turn to avoid the incoming attack. Oh no, it just holds on a little bit too long.
Still Massialis' attack. Italy won the European Championships. The USA won the Pan Americans.
That's right, it's a clash of the champions, isn't it, David?
But only one can win here.
Oh, lovely, same hit again. That little counter-attack is doing the job for Massialis. Starting to bridge the gap, but still 6 hits in it.
Macialis takes his mask off to pull his socks up.
Beautiful. That's what Macialis,
yeah.
he's got to keep the pressure on. Just keep pressing forwards. And then, of course, he's got his counter-attack in reserve as well if Garozzo comes.
Garozzo's mask is conductive. He just checked it.
In which case he has the right to change his mask. Of course, the hit stands. Nothing you can do about that now, but you can change the mask for the rest of the bout. And the Italians, they send a runner into the stands just to find his mask. I think we're going to be a while.
Yeah, because he's running the long way around.
That's right, they've got to go all the way back to the stands.
And this is a big arena.
It's a great arena, isn't it? It's the same place for the World Cup. And they've really done great work with the overlay. What do you think, David? A little Arabic lesson whilst we're waiting?
Oh, sure, why not?
We don't want any dead air time, do we?
No. Give me an Arabic lesson.
I'll tell you one of my favourite words in Arabic. You ready?
Yeah.
Nana.
Nana.
Yeah, do you know what that means?
Nana.
It means mint.
Mint.
Mint, yep. Nana. So there you are. If you want a little nana tea, you can have one.
Fabulous. What's tea in Arabic?
Chai. Finjan chai is a cup of tea. So you can have finjan chai with nana.
How many languages are you operational in?
Well, I'm struggling with English tonight.
No, you're doing just fine.
Right, here we go.
Okay, a dry mask.
Yep, so there they test it. Of course, the off-target white light comes on, so the bout resumes. Oh, no. Macialis goes on the hunt. But Garozzo reads it well. Cease flick to shoulder. 43-37. And Macialis, he had to finish that. The tempo was there.
And Italy one away from the title.
Just a little bit lax with the point, under the pressure.
Garozzo's gone hunting for gold.
Lovely pressing attack.
Yeah, Macialis says not so fast.
That's what he's got to do. He's got to take this match to Garozzo. But he can't make another mistake. Macialis puts the line out to try and deter Garozzo. That's one way to do it. Of course, Garozzo just beats the blade and then continues the initiative.
Garozzo off target. Tests this weapon on Macialis Lame. Are we going to have some more action, or is Garozzo going to drag this thing over the line?
Oh! Macialis short with the counter-attack. Garozzo goes for the flick around the back, but doesn't land it. And Macialis worms his way in for a one-light remise. 39-44. And it's over.
That's it. The team from Italy, our 2022 men's foil world champion.
It was really one-way traffic to the Italians. I think if Gerrit Meinhardt was in the starting lineup, we would have seen a much different match. We don't know what happened to Gerrit. We're going to have to do some research after this. I can only assume he's injured.
Well, at a World Championships, when you're starting with the quarterfinals, you want to have Garrick Meinhardt in there.
You do. I know Garrick's a little bit prone to injury because his style's so explosive. Chase did superbly for an 18-year-old, but I'm afraid it's the Italian team celebrating tonight.
You know what? The USA team is taking home a silver medal from the World Championships. That's not such a bad deal.
Yeah, of course, look, there's a bit of a change in the team. Racing Bowden's not here. Miles Chamberlain-Watson's not here. It's a slightly different team.
Actually, Racing Bowden is here. He's coaching Yusura Tibu. But
okay,
anyway.
That's right, he's here, but he's not on the piste. So a slightly different team, but a lot of talent there. And Massialis and Meinhardt are the older ones in the team. Good future for the youngsters coming through. But it's the Italians tonight celebrating. And
As
that
well
man,
they should.
There's a picture of Mr. Tommaso Marini, silver medalist in the individual, but brings home the gold medal in the team.
That's it.
Sometimes if you get that silver, you just want to go that one step further in the team.
Well, we've had at least one win both in this competition, and I think that was Canon. Yeah.
And Danny Garozzo, obviously it was a real injury earlier, just jarred the wrist a little bit. Physio gives him some attention. And I tell you what, David, I've won the £50.
Well, I'm sorry to see the £50 go.
Yeah, I'm not sure I actually won anything net there because it was my £50, but I tell you what, you can get me a Finjan Chai later.
I'll get you a Finjan Chai Nanan. And it is Egyptian pounds.
There we are, there's the last hit. Massialis with the attack, doesn't quite land it. Not as sharp as he has been a few seasons ago. I think Massialis a few years ago would have landed that, but not tonight. So Garozzo hits with a one light counter attack. Little bit of body evasion there as well. And that's what it means to these guys. They're going to hit the ground running going into the Olympic year.
Well, Italy and France have had a really big run here in this World Championships. And I'm just going to check the medal standings. France is atop the standings with 8 medals, 4 gold, 2 silver, 2 bronze. Italy, 2 gold. And there is confirmation, 45-39. Italy, the new men's foil team world champion. Italy also has 8, but they've got 2 gold, 4 silver, 2 bronze, and they're actually in 3rd place in the medal standings because Korea has 3 gold. So, but this has been a great World Championships, hasn't it?
Oh yes, David, it's been a fantastic World Championships. We've seen some incredible action. And when's the next one? Well, next year, of course, World Championships
in Milano.
Milan, yes, Milano.
Yeah.
And that will be the crucial one for Olympic qualification. This one sets people up for Olympic qualification, but the next one is the actual one that will count towards Olympic points.
And how do you think it's difficult to have a shortened qualification period?
I think it's difficult, especially if you take a rest. If you take a year off, then like Racing Bowden's done, maybe he'll come back, but you're all of a sudden up against it because it's only a 3-year cycle.
Right.
Something a little bit unprecedented.
Well, I want to say thank you very much. We've had our first time together, and it was great fun.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been great fun up here watching the best athletes in the world fight it out for the 2nd most coveted title, the World Championships. Only 2nd to the Olympic Games, of course. And hopefully we'll be working together in the future.
Yes, we will. I promise it. Richard Cruz, everybody, 4-time Olympian and World Championship silver medalist. Well, Graham has got a 6 o'clock pickup from the hotel in the morning for an early flight. So he's going to pack up, and I will have the medal ceremony for you in just a few minutes while they get set up. And we'll have our final medal ceremony for this World Championships. Okay, thanks a lot.